Hello everybody, Aaron Prime 117 here at it again. Now, this video is going to be a little different though because it is a movie review, but the thing is though, after you saw my prologue, there was something that was missing actually, and it turned out there were two movies I forgot to cover. So, here's the first one one as a bonus. This one, and if you look to my own left, which is your right probably, is the Blue Beetle. So when I saw the Blue Beetle last year, it was good and all, and I'm really upset that I forgot this one. I just hope the Blue Beetle doesn't come after me for this. But yeah, when I saw Blue Beetle, I was very impressed and all because I remember seeing Blue Beetle in Young Justice and a couple of the new DC movies that I saw a while back in cartoon form. But a live action one was something I never expected. And the guy's character, Jaime, after he graduated and all, and that's how it all opened up and all, getting a job and trying to move on in his life. His family was in a bit of a pinch and all, though. But everything was pretty good, though. The story fit in well. There was some pretty good action scenes, and there was so much. Now, looking at the powers of the Blue Beetle Scarab, that was very impressive and all. And, the voice commands of everything and all, it was like AI talk combination command. And that was, that was pretty good. And, it was kind of funny, though, how Jaime was arguing with the AI within the Scarab. And it was I couldn't stop laughing at, though, with the arguments and all. I was, trying to get a hold of the commands of flight, the powers that he possessed, and everything. It was all pretty good. Now, moving on further and all, the opposing enemy of it, Omac, and the leader Victoria and her little soldier Carapax, that was pretty good though. But Carapax was kind of like a brute and all, with what he was promised and all. And when he first fought Jaime, and Jaime fought him using the Blue Beetle, and all, well, it was pretty impressive and all because using those weapons and all, and using his newfound strength to fight him and all, it was impressive because Carapax had his own armor to start with, and it was pretty interesting and all how that fight was taking place. And then comes that one line and all. But before I say that line and all, I just want to say this. When I saw George Lopez in that movie playing Rudy, that was so funny and all because I haven't seen George Lopez acting since watching his TV series. He's on Nickelodeon. Well, at least for Teen Nick, at least. And, it brought back the memories of thinking of it and all. But still, George did pretty good. Now, to that one little quote, that Carapax likes to say, well, that he not likes so, but says to Jaime, because Jaime's fighting to save his family. But Carapax's little line that says this is, the love you feel for your family makes you weak. No, I could not believe he said that, though. The love for a family, it may seem like it makes you weak, though, but it makes you stronger when you're fighting for them. And, some would probably say the same thing about when fighting for a friend, though. No, because I know what that's like and all, though. But I won't tell you what my best friend and I had to fight for at times back in our days is when we were younger. But of course, I had to knock some sense into him sometimes. But then again, he actually had to put some at me, too. So I'll give him his credit for that, though. But I had more of the credit, though. Anyway, there are times in that movie where everything that was going down and all was pretty impressive. Especially after Jaime then fought the soldiers of Omac to save his family and all. But he was the AI of the suit was gonna use it to kill. But when he said this, no, we do not want to kill. Well, and then she changes it to stun weaponry and all, which was pretty good too. He's like, that's better. And he goes whipping up a can of butt whooping on those soldiers. And though they were threatening his family and all demanding where he is, and Victoria ordered those soldiers to kill them. But when he covered them with his wings and his armor, nothing was phased. And even using those guns and all, although he was bulletproof. To be honest, though, I was kind of hoping he was going to kill those soldiers, just because they wouldn't have stood a chance at all. But stunning them and locking them on the walls and all, that was pretty good, though. But if it were me, I would have whooped up the can of butt whooping with those blades. Or those cannons, though, to teach him a lesson. And though I had wished he had shot down the chopper, though, but too bad he got captured on that. But that scene was pretty good and all, though, because especially then, like, after a death revelation happened when Alberto, I believe, which is Jaime's father, dies of a heart attack. Heck, it was a little bit brutal, though, but it happened. And that's how everything, like, plays out, though. The effects, the weaponry and everything, and the flight mode and all. Like, when Jaime took his first flight, though, it was very impressive and funny, because he was freaking out so much and all. Oh, but between you and me, I think my best friend and I would probably have that same kind of experience, though, if it was us, though. But instead, we'd probably end up like, I don't know, what are some of those characters that'd be finding that weird? Maybe kind of like Harry Potter when he first rode Buckbeak and all. That'd be cool. Cool to think of it, though. Oh, or maybe like, or maybe first flight like Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. That had to be something, though. But for Jaime as the Blue Beetle, it was just a big freak out. But fun, too. And even going into orbit, I think it was like, I'm in outer space. That was pretty funny and all. And then dropping down back into orbit and all. Into atmosphere. Like, I couldn't stop laughing at that bit. But now, fast forwarding a little further after Jaime was captured and taken that secret base, where that base was. It was pretty cool, though, especially how how Victoria was extracting the data out of the Scarab for Carapax's suit, because then he would have his own big, like fully fledged edge armor and all. Because like Victoria took Carapax in a long time ago, but she created something new out of him, though, because he used to have a family too, his own mother, I believe, though, and he'd forgotten all about that. But of course, we'll get to that little part down the road. Now, as I remember, Rudy and I believe Jenny had been trying to find a way to save Jaime, and when they came across that laboratory, or I believe on another island, or that was hidden away in whatever building that was, if I can remember. But I believe Victoria was partnered with someone else and all, but she was getting revenge by trying to get the Scarab and all for the power and the technology that was made from it a long time ago. Oh, but of course, when Rudy and Jenny found that bug beetle ship, it looked pretty cool, though, to fly, though, because it was flying just like a beetle. Well, I can't remember if it had the wings flying, though, but I know it had jet power on it. And of course, then, like, getting further into the island and all, though, went for the rescue attempt. And all that went down and all, though. And of course, Jaime looked like he was defeated and all, and it was over for him. But of course, first, the beetle came back to life and all, if I remember correctly. And I think there was some other piece to it, though, but I can't remember for sure. Or trying to remember if that flash that took place in his mind when he reunited with his father, though. Which I believe was what woke him back up and all. Well, because his father would always be with him, though, in spirit, since he was gone. But of course, that's when the world was collapsing and Jaime finally escaped and back into his own consciousness. Still, kind of makes it feel like all of a sudden you're in a trance and then you end up right before God, actually. And it's like he's giving you the strength to continue on and all, and like may redeem yourself. I don't know. My best friend told me something similar like that a long time ago, but I actually kind of made it seem like you're in the dream realm, actually, like heaven's dream world. Of course, he didn't believe me though. So I just left it at that, even though I wanted to do this to him. But it was a funny pick though. But that's just how it goes. We had our ways though on it. Now, after that part, then comes the next part, which was Jaime is finally back in action and going to save the rest of his family, I believe, after Rudy and Jenny came after him. And because it was all pretty good, especially since he got to use the Beetle suit again to kick butt against those soldiers. And honestly, though, those soldiers should have thought better than to fire their guns at him, because they knew he was bulletproof after the first encounter. I mean, why bother to try it again and all, though, because the suit is bulletproof and all. Do you think your own guns can penetrate something like that? That's alien tech in some way. Hey, you want to do something like that? Try thinking outside the box. But of course, basic security soldiers don't really know how to think outside the box, do they? Hey, am I right, folks? Sound off in the comments on what you think of that. But of course, now comes the final fight between Carapax and Jaime. Hey, that fight was brutal, but it really still hit well, though, because an upgraded suit for Carapax and Jaime fighting him without holding back. Heck and all. Well, he did hold back a little bit, though, but after Carapax put in too much on him and then said the lines again, and the love you feel for your family makes you weak. That really put Jaime into overdrive mode. Well, and then he lashed out so hard and all Carapax was defeated, actually, though. Oh, but it did look like in the end, though, he was going to kill him, which he did. He almost did. Yeah, but of course, then all of a sudden the suit was holding back and saying I thought we don't kill. Well, if I remember correctly. That was all pretty impressive, though, and Jaime actually then gave in and actually spared Carapax. But then Carapax was looking like he was gonna finish him, though, until then he had the flashback reminder of his own mother. And then that finally clicked for him to remembering his own family, of what he had left before Victoria found him. It was something, though, especially since Victoria had been hiding his pendant that his mom gave him a long time ago. And when he pulled that out, he spoke in the same language that Jaime originally spoke. Oh, tell him to go, to save himself. Because then he was overloading his suit and all, because he knew he wanted to be with his mother again. And he decided to sacrifice himself. Of course, he also took Victoria's life in the process, which was pretty good, though. But in some motive ways for that, though, I was actually kind of hoping there'd be a moment where Victoria was taken into the authorities and arrested and charged with not just kidnapping, but what else would there be? Actually, I don't know, though, but kidnapping plus there'd probably be a couple of other charges that could have hit her, though, and there'd be no way for her to make it out. But no, Carapax dragged her into the fire. After his reactor exploded, he sacrificed himself, killing Victoria. That was a pretty good redemption, though. And of course, Jaime managed to get away, though. Go from the explosion, though, even though it almost took his life, though. But he survived. After getting on that Beetle ship, and then flying back home with Jenny and Rudy. Of course, in the end, it was all pretty slick and all, though. Jaime found love and all, though, I believe, with Jenny, and then having his father's funeral at the destroyed house. And of course, the neighbors were then chipping in to help rebuild the old home, too. But here's something funny, though, that goes on with each time he used that suit. It destroys his clothes. And I'm thinking, okay, The cartoons didn't make it like that at all, though. But it's like this still in the movies. You know, I get that they were trying to be funny and theatrical a little bit, though. But come on. Couldn't you guys have at least allowed him to keep his clothes? Like, imagine yourself wearing a scarab armor like that. That and all. And after it deactivates, and you have your you-know-what. That'd be something, though. But at least the ending played out pretty well. Well, and then, like, it felt all lovey-dovey in the end. But still, the Blue Beetle covered so much and all. It did so... I'd say it did pretty good and all. And I might be actually hoping for another Blue Beetle movie. Who knows? And believe me, when I see stuff like that on television, I dream of it then. And sometime in the future, where it's me in the action. But hey, you know how it all goes. So anyway, that covers the Blue Beetle movie. And in the next part, or will be the second movie that I didn't cover. But that one is a surprise. And mostly that, though. But when I post that one, too, then I'll begin the posting for the rest of the movie reviews. Since these two are special surprise ones, though, that I forgot about. So it's only best that they get to have the first limelight or spotlight. So that's how it goes, folks. Anyway, hey, I will see you soon towards the next movie review and when I begin uploading the rest of them. But I hope you also like the prologue, though, or at least before, and everything else that I've uploaded before, too. So that's how it is, folks. I'll soon be back on again, and hope you like the Blue Beetle, because I surely did. And I'll see you all for the next one, and then straight shot for the rest of the movie reviews. So stay tuned, everyone. And remember, hit that like button, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and make sure you're sharing this, because I like to hear some good feedback and all. But if you don't have any good feedback, I can just post something rude or snide, go right ahead. It ain't gonna bother me. Or just don't post anything. Just like the video. You get what I'm saying? Good. But otherwise, maybe I should have Blue Beetle come blast you in your dream. Bang. Anyway, I'll see you all again soon. So keep it going. And until the next video comes. See you all soon. Aaron Prime 117 signing off.
Signing off, Josh.